So, how are you?
Yes, I am fine. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm pretty good. Okay, so before start the session, I would like to know about yourself because it's also good for our viewers. So, tell me about yourself.
Yes, why not? Of course, I'm going to tell you about myself. As you know, my name is Ashutosh Trivedi, and I'm speaking to you from Kanpur city of Uttar Pradesh. About my education, I pursued my graduation degree, that is BCom Honors Accounting from Banaras Hindu University. Now I'm pursuing my master's, that is Masters of Arts in English Literature. Apart from this, I do run a YouTube channel which is based on spoken English conversations. This is all about me. Thank you.
It's all good. You know what? I also belong to Kanpur.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fine. You belong to Kanpur. Uh, uh, can I know that where is location? I mean to say, what is location?
The location I will tell you now specifically. I was born and raised in Kanpur Dehat. There, you know very well that there are two districts. So I was born and raised there, but nowadays I'm living near to IIT Kanpur. So,
Okay, so I would like to ask you a question first. The question is that how it has been long time you spend it for learning this language. I mean to say that your language
so
is very good. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for your compliment. When it comes to my practice, I have been practicing on my communication skills for 3 years. Before that, of course, as we have the English as a subject, I'm studying English as a subject from my childhood, but I was never ever conscious about speaking English. And I used to write examination and I get marks. That was fine, totally fine. But 3 years ago I got time and then I thought of working on my communication skills. So I'm about to complete 3 years on 29th April 2023. After a few days, I'll be completing my 3 years journey.
Okay. I mean to say you have been spent 3 years for learning this
Yes.
language. So,
Yeah.
what's your board? What's your board? I mean to say the CBSE board and the UP board. What's your board?
I would
This
like to see
study.
myself as an international public speaker, and along with that, I would love to grow my YouTube channel as much as I can. So I do like doing podcast, being a guest and being a host. So I would love to see myself as a podcast host where I can invite a lot of people and I can have multiple conversations related to topics and anything, whatever I would like to explore in future. So yeah.
Okay, so no, I just want to know what is your board? I think it's study board, UP board, CBSE board, I mean background of your board.
Oh, I'm
That's
so sorry. Okay. Just you were asking about my board, and I thought like you were asking about my goal. Okay. The board actually, I studied from Navodaya. So I was the student of Navodaya. Before that, I was the student of UP board. Then when I became the student of Navodaya, that was CBSE. I'm so sorry. I thought like you were saying goal. So. Mhm.
so as you mentioned me, you are spending a 3 years. So how
Mhm.
many difficulties you have faced for learning this language? I mean to say, is there any difficulties because we belong to as a very we can say that it's not a high profile of the state, and
Mhm.
so there is a much as you mentioned Dehat Kanpur. So there was no any background. Then how can you cover up? How do you cover?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's very difficult because in our city, nobody would like to talk in English. They are totally comfortable because we are totally based on Hindi, right? So it was same for me, and it was really difficult to find out someone to whom you can discuss in English. And when you are going to tell those things to your friends, they are going to make fun of you that, oh, would you like to be an English or would you like to be an American or something like that. So it was same for me, but 3 years before, when I was I was at home due to COVID-19, then I started practicing, and I started practicing on like Buddy Talk, Hello application, Ace Fluency, Clubhouse, such applications. But there also, it is difficult to find out someone who is sincere enough to do practice, because the people, they are just passing their time. Some people, they are there to just make fun of others. So it was difficult. The problems I was facing to find out a good partner to have conversation, so I can get the quality conversation. So it was very difficult. And second thing, I wanted to speak a lot, but I was not able to. In the beginning, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind, but when I wanted to speak in English, it was difficult because it was due to the lack of practice, because I have never I spoke before than that. So this kind of problems were there, and apart from that, lot of problems. Even though now also I do face a lot of problems because I do commit a lot of mistakes when I'll have to tell a story, whole story. If I'll have to tell about a scenario, it's very difficult. Sometimes I not getting words. So this kind of problems I still face because I'm expecting that I should speak in a way that the native speaker do, but this is the reality that I'm a non-native speaker, and it will take a lot of time to become like that. So,
Yeah, but your English is good right now, and you speaking very well.
oh, thank
So
you.
the yeah. Next question is that I would like to ask, as you spend 3 years, then you know very well
Mhm,
which topic is too much important for covering this language, because English is not an overnight journey. We cannot learn anything in a
mhm,
overnight. This is a language.
mhm.
We will have to take time for learning this language. So how can we start?
Of course, like what I consider being the in our state, most of the people they have in every single state they have English as a subject, so they do know how to write, how to read, and how to just listen also because they are listening to their teachers. But when it comes to speaking, nobody speaks because if I talk about international schools, they have the good opportunities nowadays. Nowadays you can see the kids of fifth standard, sixth standard, they are able to speak and articulate their thoughts in a wonderful way. That's another thing. But for me, it was not the same. So what I say to the people that speaking comes from speaking. Speaking is very important. Without speaking, you can't speak because this is all about the just game of your mouth muscles. If you would like to see yourself as a hunk man or with a good muscles and body, it is very important for you to go to the gym and do the specific exercises. Without doing that, you can't expect, if you are reading the books of like gym that exercises and but you're not going to the gym, do you think that you will able to become a that personality with the good muscles? I don't really think so. The same with English. If you're reading the rules and regulations of speaking, but if you're not speaking, then it is difficult for you to become a speaker. Until or unless you're not going to speak, you will not be able to speak fluently. So that's what the most important point I say to everyone, that is speaking comes from speaking. So if you are not speaking, then you are not doing good with yourself. And I feel that after a few years also you will struggle expressing yourself. So it is very important point that you should speak if you would like to speak better.
Yeah, it's very important. If you have covered all topic, that is also important. You have to do the practice over and over, because practice is
Mhm.
more important than, okay, if you are not doing a practice, so maybe that is problem you have been facing in your life. You are, when you speaking English, then that your mouth will be got disturbed if you are not
Exactly.
practicing.
Topics, of course, there is topics are only the just medium to talk, because once if I'm talking to you for 15 minutes, then I will talk general. But then after you need a topic to talk about something. So that there is no specific topic. It is all about like you can talk about anything. The goal is to speak in English, whatever the topic is. If I'll ask you about the United States and United Kingdom, but if you don't have the knowledge about those countries, then how will you speak? So the goal is to choose the very simple topics to boost your confidence, and you can talk about it so you can become more comfortable while talking. So there is no focus on any specific topic that you should speak on pollution, or you should speak in global warming, or you should speak on that. It depends on you, like in which topic you are comfortable. You should find out your interesting areas. Like if you're interested in comedy, you should talk about the comedy. If you're interested in cricket, you should talk about the cricket. So whatever it is, if you are able to find out your interesting thing, talk about it. That will make your interesting journey very interesting. Because what we people do, that we think that talking about like United States will make you the fluent, and you don't have interest, you don't have the knowledge to talk about it, then it is difficult to become, and you will feel disappointed. Rather than that, choose something which you like a lot. Like if you like sports, talk about sports. Then you will feel confident talking about it. In that way, you can choose topics to become better, what I feel.
I totally agree with this point because if we don't have a interest for learning anything, then that work is not going to be very good. So first, you have to
Mm-hmm.
create your interest any field like speaking and any work do you want to do.
Yes,
As
exactly.
you mentioned me, you are doing Master of Arts subject of English Literature. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? I have been all done my Master of Art last year subject of English Literature.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to ask you, English literature and spoken English both are different subjects.
Of
Okay, but
course, it's totally the different thing. Mm-hmm.
how
Mm-hmm.
why you choose this this subject for the covering this Master of Art? Do you have interest or know about the English? We can say that.
To be honest, I was a student of commerce and I studied accounting, and I was a student of Bachelor of Commerce in accounting. But then after, in our country, in our state, everywhere, we need a degree for anything, right? So the degree
Yeah.
is all about Masters of Arts in English. If you would like to see yourself having a degree with yourself, then Masters of Arts in English. And I'm not, to be honest, I'm not putting a lot of efforts and focus on this degree. I'm more into spoken English. As I told you that my goal is to see myself as a podcast host, public speaker. So that is only like the practical thing which you will learn only by doing that. If you will go on a stage, if you will conduct podcasts, then only you can learn those things. So I'm doing these things in giving the more main focus on it. But apart from this, I'm just have just I would like to have a degree, so at least I can say that I have a master's. I don't have that keen interest in going very deep into literature. As you said, literature is very different from this aspect, right? Yeah.
Okay, so as you know what, there's a lot of students who always ask me, ma'am, I learn everything. I mean to say the
Hmm.
vocabulary and the grammar and the all concept of the English. But the condition is
Hmm.
that I am unable to speak English. Why? I giving this advice, you are not doing a practice. What's your opinion?
Mm. Exactly. Why not? Like practice, practice, practice. And there is always, I believe, in a statement that practice makes progress. Without practicing, a lot of people, what happens with the beginners, they expect a lot without practicing. That if they started practicing from it happens with everybody in every field. Like if you will go to the gym also, you will just start looking at your muscles in first day that, oh wow, like, so the same thing with English. What they feel like, if they will speak for 7 days, they will say, ma'am, I have been practicing for 7 days, but why am I not able to speak good English? So this is not all about 7 days, it's all about the consistency and the practice for a long period of time. Then it is going to be there in your subconscious mind, and it will be just very comfortable for you. So most of the beginners, what they do, they expect a lot and they think that this is communication is something which they can learn in 30 days. I think I will tell you, you can, even though I can tell you that you can speak better Hindi, better English, better Bengali, Marathi, but communication, there is a difference. English is a language, but communication is an art. So for communication, you will have to spend decades and decades and years. Then after also you can say that you are perfect in communication. But language you can speak, but how to present yourself, you will have to learn always. So this is the thing that it takes time, and practice is the one of the most important things. Like without practice, we can't expect a lot. You should focus on the process rather than focusing on consequences. Literally you will be able to feel that you are getting improvement if you will record yourself today, and then after you are doing practice every day, and then if you will record yourself on 30th day of the month, then you will be able to see the difference in your both of the videos.
Yeah, because the English demands are time. If you give the time, then damn
Mhm.
sure you will be in upcoming time. So English
Of
always
course, why not?
makes, yeah. So do you have any question do you want to ask me?
Yeah, I would love to know that. What about you? How long it has been for you, and what brought you to work on your English communication skills and train people English?
Actually, in this time, I'm trainer, and I have been teaching since 2021. And I am learning also because I belong to UP board, and I don't
Mhm,
have any idea how to learn this language, how to communicate with the
mhm,
people. But I'm just learning,
mhm.
and by the God, I just get the chance to teach a student because nearby in my institute. So I got the chance that is the best chance for me. Then I'm just coming a day by day a very unique language, this English. So that's all things.
Oh, that's great. So where do you teach? Like, do you teach in Kakadu or some other locations?
No,
Do you
nearby
have
is
your
if
own
you
institution?
yeah, we can say that.
Oh, that's nice. Mhm.
A, part,
Sorry, what?
a partnership.
Okay, partnership kind of. Okay, that's nice. So it has been, and when you thought of practicing English, what was like, reason behind it, and was there anything like which, like, triggered you to work on it?
Yeah, when I was doing graduation, then my
Mhm,
lots of friends belong to English medium. So
mhm,
they always speak in English, but I can't. So I just thought like that. No, I should speak English. But when I want to start it, then there's a lot of people. No, you cannot do it because your background does not belong to you CBSE board, and you are unable to speak English. So that the things it touched my mind. Then I start the English language because my English was very poor. I got the we can say that 100 out of 35 marks in my inter, the half yearly board exam.
mhm,
So
mhm,
now we just
mhm.
start like that. No, now I have to speak English. I have to give the command, and right now I'm just teaching our students also. So that's the things I'm
Oh,
doing. I have.
that's quite interesting to know about your journey. And then, like, now I would like to know were you born in city and raised in city itself, or just were you born in somewhere else, like another district, or
I
where is
want
your birthplace? Mhm.
Agra.
Oh, basically you belong to Agra, and but now your family has shifted
Yeah,
to
in
Kanpur.
Kanpur. Yeah. We
Okay,
have been
that's
living
wonderful.
six.
Hmm. 2006.
Yes.
Oh, so it's been a long time, almost like I think how many years? 17 years, right?
Yeah.
So it means for you, you just did your education here in Kanpur, most of your
Yeah.
education. Hmm.
Kanpur, but I just passed out the fourth class in Agra.
Okay, then after you shifted to Kanpur and then you started studying here in Kanpur itself, and now you are just. And what is your like goal? What would you like to be?
Actually, I want to become a stenographer. Have you heard this job?
Yes, this is I think related to something government job, is it?
Yeah, this is a coding language.
Stenographer. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you preparing for that government exam?
Yes, I'm preparing right now.
So don't you want to go forward with this English teaching profession? What do you think? Is this profession is very nice or just flourishing? What is your opinion on that? As you are teaching your students offline also, right?
Yeah, I'm teaching offline
Mm-hmm.
also. I don't want to serious about this profession, but as I enter this profession, then I thought, no, that is very good in my thinking. So I'm just doing a work, and I started my YouTube channel recently, 8 months ago. So that the things I'm doing in my life, but the main motive is that I want to get a government job. That is main motive of mine. Then after that, we can just it depend on time. What
Oh,
is good
just
for
along with that, also you will love to continue. Once you will get a government job, and after that, if you time permits you, then you will do this like YouTube or you will help others to speak better English. But the first thing is that you would like to see yourself as a stenographer. Okay,
that's
that's
my.
wonderful. All the best for that. Mhm.
But what's your aim? What do you want to become?
Yeah, as I told you that I would like to see myself. I'm not into government jobs, to be honest, and I would like to see myself as an international public speaker, good YouTuber, and podcast host. So I would like to go forward in this communication, and I would like to give my major time to those things. So I'm into this totally. Mhm.
That means you just want to make your career on YouTube.
Yes, I want to make my career out of communication skills.
That's a good. Okay. So I think that is enough. If you want to ask
Yes,
any
exactly.
another thing, you can just ask me.
No, I have done so. Mhm, mhm,
Okay, so thanks for joining me and thanks a lot because that session is going to be very helpful for the our audience, for the our viewers because these all are things very important for us and the viewers also who just want to start their journey, who just want to learn English but there are some difficulties. They are unable to speak English just because, and they cover up everything, but the support, but
mhm.
they are unable because they are facing a lot of things in our life and we can say that okay so that's wind up the session right now.
Okay, so thank you so much, Maria. Thanks to you for inviting me. So bye. Take care. Mhm.
Bye bye.